So yeah. So just quickly before I introduce Alexis, who will introduce Judy, and the two of them will talk about the movie. I'd just like to tell you what I just read. Now Magazine's review of the movie, which you're going to see before almost anybody else in the world. It's the North American premiere tonight, so wish them luck for that. They'll be doing that. And you're seeing the second showing in North America, which is on Thursday lunchtime, right? And this is what Now Magazine said about it. The documentary avoids any lightning in the bottle moments, fake moments, preferring to show everyday life in close-up and intimate detail. And it intercuts between three stories: Judy Hill, a bar owner and community focal point who's turned her life around, some brothers, adolescent brothers, and then also members of the new Black Panther Party who are, well, you'll see in the movie, and also a man who's organizing Mardi Gras, Indian Mardi Gras activities and dance through the movie, through the course of the movie. And this is just a few things from Now Magazine. The access the director, Roberto Minervini, has to his subjects is startling at times. It's a film about faces, gestures, life lessons, and such quiet moments that the film is full of, captured in heartbreakingly vivid detail, make What You're Gonna Do When the World's on Fire unassumingly powerful. So that's what you're gonna see. We have with us, and it's just great that they said yes. I think it's, hi, you're an internationally famous film director, film festival, do you want to come to Etobicoke? To which Alexis, we have a mutual friend who's just crazy connected guy, he said, oh yeah, Alexis is coming, do you want to talk to him? I said, Alexis, do you want to come? And Alexis said, sure. So Alexis is the assistant director. I'm sure you'll have lots of questions about what an assistant director does. Roberto couldn't be here, the director, but you'll find out just about what everything. I asked Alexis just now, what does an assistant director do? He said, everything. So you can ask him all about that. But also, Judy is one of the main protagonists of the film. She's been described as, what was it, steel spine survivor, megawatt firecracker. And on the basis of the taxi ride in, I'd have to say, yeah. So they've got a very powerful story to tell. I think it's in a very interesting style from everything I've read. And you're the new filmmaker, so it seemed perfect to get them to talk about the movie and about filmmaking generally. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Alexis Franco.
Well, I've been working with the director the last 10 years. We only done 5 movies with him. All started as a hobby, and actually I'm an architect, and I didn't study cinema, but I started working with him, making movies just for the love of making movies only. No intention to go to any festival ever. It was just I started making documentaries with him. Our way of working is very different. Actually, before we bring the camera, we work 2 or 3 years with the people. So it's a lot of research, a lot of living, for example, in this case with Judy's family, and sharing parties and dinners, and going very deep into the subject. Yeah, and so basically we shoot only for 5 weeks, but our work is in every movie 2 or 3 years before. It's a lot of pre-production, and usually the director Roberto is looking for stories that are socially powerful and political. So an idea usually in a normal movie, in a fiction movie, is the one that gets the script and then he plan all the scenes every day. But in this case, when we work with docufiction, we have one chance. There's no repetition. We don't use lights. We shoot as a documentary, but it's actually a film. So we had to have plan A, plan B, plan C. Like for example, working with the Black Panthers was a big deal. And the Black Panthers, will tell us, okay, we're gonna shoot tomorrow 9 a.m. and then we don't know the location. We go in there and we had to improvise. It's a lot of improvisation. So that's what I do. And well, Judy, she was in the last movie. You're gonna see her on the film. She's really powerful on the film. We believe the people is loving her. So I'm gonna let her talk about the film, how we did it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Judy.
I mean, as far as how we did it,
Yeah. How do you feel about the process of the movie?
I think it turned out nice. Like I always say, when the guys came with the cameras, I mean, they didn't come with cameras, you know. They didn't first. We built the relationship. And I think that was very important from where I come from. You don't want a camera in your face. You already done had a hard time. But at the same time, it's a good thing because you never had a camera around you before. So it goes I mean, it's like in the middle. You feel certain ways. But like I said, the guys, they came and they built a relationship. I had a bar. Excuse me, I had this bar. Had the bar for like 3 years and 5 months. The bar was nice. You know, I wound up with a good reputation after a while with the bar. But the guys came to the bar and they mainly hung out. You know, hung out with us. You know, get a few drinks. And I wanted them to come because I sang. I like to sing, so I'm like, y'all cut the camera on, I want to sing. Put me on camera. But as time went on and they started we would talk about certain things. We'll be talking and stuff. And when you look up again, you know, I mean, the story I was given, why not be, I mean, it was just in Venice. And that's a big thing, you know what I mean? And now it's here, but I feel good about it, you know. There was some good reviews, said some nice things. I even had people that come up to me crying, hugging me, yeah.
And it's very powerful to work with, you know, they are non-actors, and it's the before and then the after, you know, when we premiere the movie and people start giving them love, and if you find a way to do it right, it's more powerful than fiction, you know, because it's real life. Every time somebody cries, every time somebody dies, every time somebody is sick, is in these films, and people feel it, the silence. People feel the connection.
Yeah, and the thing about the movie, it's nothing in the movie that's made up. It's no acting. I'm not an actor. I'm a girl from around the hood. I come from the hood, you know, and we're not acting. Everything is real. It's a lot of crying. It's gonna probably touch you, I'm sure. Yeah. You're gonna get a good laugh, I'm sure. But it's real strong, and I didn't know that I had that in me. And when I saw it in Venice, I cried more than everybody. Yeah. The applause was, you know, everybody clapped. It was a big deal for me. So, coming from where I come from, it was huge. And I love it. I mean, it's something for you to live by as kids. You can learn a lot from this. And you all, I hear you all gonna be working cameras someday, right? Build a relationship with your person behind the camera. Get a good relationship going. Hang out with them. You'll get more. You will get more. Thank you.
Questions?
Are there any questions, anything? Because one of the things Alexis and I were talking about in the taxi was that cinema is changing. You know, what is cinema is now a real question. It's open because the whole technology of it has changed. And I was thinking, is this a documentary? Alexis described it as a docu-fiction. Is that the future with the new ways of lighting or not lighting, what you can get away with? Is docu-fiction, you know, it's Judy's life, and I don't want to tell you what happens in a sense because it's a film, it's a fiction in a sense, but it's also it's Judy's life. Things happen to Judy in the course of this movie that you're about to see that are immense, and so part of me wants to say, ask a question, Judy. You know, how's life now, right? Because it's not just a movie; it's your life.
Yes.
So maybe you could start. How has it been since the shooting stopped? I mean, shooting of the movie. How's it been for you?
It's been. I mean, things haven't changed as much, but I was able to get out and see the world. I mean, you know, I was able to go to Venice, London, I went through Rome. Now I'm here, and it's nice. And I realized that I don't have to stay stuck in my situation.
Right.
And I'm starting to see a little bit light now. I'm 51 years old, and it's unfortunately, I'm just starting to see this. I wish when I was little, somebody would have grabbed my hand and said, come on, you don't have to live like this. Yeah.
So it's just beginning.
Yes.
This is a beginning.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Does anybody else have any questions? Anything that? Yes.
Talk a little bit about like creating relationships like with the directors, with the people working on the camera. And I don't know how big your crew was, but was a lot of this project really about creating those connections between the crew and then the subjects?
Yeah, that's what it's about, creating this connection and feel the connection. When you feel it is when you start shooting the movie, the film, and it's very important to, I don't know, it's very important to respect the person when you are filming. You know, our crew is very small, and it's small on purpose. The director decided to be this way. You know, when we are making the scene, we have the sound and the camera guy and the focus and the director, four people. You know. Only because this is very intimate, you know, there's all type of situations where people is sick. And actually, when you see the movie, we've been in the middle of a shooting with the Black Panthers. And what I mean, you had to have a lot of, you had to be their friends to get, you know, what you want. And it's very important, and you had to have respect. I'm saying this because I've been working in other movies, and I have the feeling that sometimes we come with the camera, you do the interview or whatever you do, and then thank you, and you go and you leave, and you know, you take something from them, and you shouldn't do that.
Yes.
In every film that Roberto did with us, the previous movies, they are all our friends. They are still our friends. They even, some of them work in the crew, in the film crew after that. So you have to take care of, especially if you go to sensitive areas like poor people. I mean, you cannot go make a movie and then leave. You know, you have to. You are involved from the start to the end. Sorry.
And just on that, the movie, from all the reviews, the movie is incredibly full of heart. But one of the other things you should take away from this is, as filmmakers yourselves, is that it's not that it has to be basic. The look of the movie has been incredibly praised as well. So they managed with a very small crew to create this heart connection, but also to produce something that's dazzlingly black and white. It's stunning, apparently.
No, and the crew is very professional. They are very professional.
So it's possible to do both, right?
Yeah, of course.
To balance that.
Yeah, no, of course. I think, I mean, this is the only way we know how to produce movies. But it's a beautiful work, you know.
So beauty and heart can go together. No, you go. Yep.
You mentioned that you spent 3 years with the subjects of the film prior to making it, which I find really fascinating.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering how much your idea of what the film, or maybe the director's idea of what the film would be, changed over that time?
It changed a lot. All the time changed. Usually we start with one idea. Actually, this film started, we were looking for a musician. We were going to do a film about Led Belly, and we went to New Orleans, and it was all about music. That's how we came to Judy's part.
Yeah.
But then the social situation with the shooting of black people in there, I mean, when you see the movie, you're gonna see they are killing so many people. The KK clan is killing people. And this is what this movie about. So it was so serious that we couldn't ignore it. So basically the movie, I mean, it's the director's creation, okay? But yeah, the movie changed a lot, and then we had to, it was our responsibility to talk about this. We found something different. But in what I read, I didn't study cinema. Normally, the people don't take this time before shooting the movie, you know? They don't do it, so you find an idea, a project, you go and you shoot, and then I think that's the only reason why these movies are so powerful, is because the time we take before.
And is that true for all of Roberto's movies?
All of
they all have the same method.
All of them.
Because when you check out Roberto's IMDb entry, you see that there's this body of work with mainly the South. Is it mainly the South of America?
Yes.
Yeah.
North America,
North,
all of
yeah,
them.
yeah,
all
North
of
America,
them,
but
yes.
in the southern states.
Yes. All in Texas and Louisiana. Yes. Roberto is also a person. He's not the director that's going to be screaming. I mean, he's very calm. We are the crew. We are very good friends. We are like a family.
Yeah.
And we grew a little bit, but we are not many people. You know, he's very careful when he brings someone. All of them are calm people. It's a beautiful crew. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm curious about just the process of like, and both of your experiences of going into a community that's like not yours. I know there's kind of an inherent power structure when we like go to document a community that we're not a part of, and like as filmmakers in that entire process. I was wondering your experience as an assistant director, like starting those relationships, and as well as Judy, your experience like beginning to be in front of a camera and like how that felt.
Well, I don't know if I understand well, but it is very slow, and sometimes we don't find this connection. And we don't go with any camera. Sometimes with the iPhone, and we meet them. And at her case, I just made a video and send it to the director. And but it is very slow. You know, we show up, but imagine in this case we are white people. You know, showing. I mean, at the beginning there's you don't want to create a bad reaction. You know, you have to be very respectful.
Yeah.
And sometimes we find very cool stuff, but we cannot shoot, you know, because it's not the moment.
Speaking of, you just said like you had stuff that you couldn't shoot. Did you ever have someone tell you like that, like to not film? And
Yes.
if so, like what would you do in that situation?
Well, we stop. Where she lives, some areas of the neighborhoods are very, dangerous actually.
Yes.
So me as the first AD, the crew is making a scene inside the house, and I'm outside of the door, and some big guys will come and you have to get out of my
Yeah.
neighborhood. You are a white guy in there, or you have to go and stop a car because of the noise,
Yeah.
And people sometimes get very upset.
Yeah.
And the thing that there is no repetition on this. There is no fiction. So if a car is on the street passing, I ruin the scene. So it's very complex. It's very complex. Yeah.
Okay.
I have a couple questions. So the first, you use the term docu-fiction as opposed to documentary. In your mind, what is the distinction?
Well, the reason for it is because the festivals sometimes I get very confused and how to categorize this.
Sure.
Because the process is kind of a documentary. I mean, we are with real people. Like I said, we don't do any repetition. Everything is improvised, and we follow the story. It's filmed, it's shoot as a documentary. But when you see the film, it's a story behind it. So, and it's not like an interview. They are doing. It's a film, and actually some people is surprised when they find out they are not actors. Okay, it's not a movie, so they are not actors, and the festivals are, so we call it docu-fiction.
Yeah, I like that distinction.
I'm curious about like when you say the story. So I assume those relationships over years become quite intimate. Is the story would I assume evolve between everyone involved? And then when you go to the 5 weeks, are you retelling lives in some way, or are you playing? What does it mean to say story?
Well, we don't have a script,
Yeah.
so we have an idea. We have a social background, and when I say the story, I mean, but the story, since we don't have a script, the story is made as we go, so it's a lot of improvisation. I like to call it story because it's the story of their life, for example, So, and actually, as filmmakers, for us at the beginning, for Roberto, the director, it was really hard to find funding for these movies because you bring an idea, That's actually I started working with Roberto. I'm an architect. We were building houses, and he comes with the first idea of the movie, which is just an idea. I'm gonna make this movie about this lady. She's dying with cancer, and that was the movie. And I thought he a genius or he's crazy. This is not a movie. But then he's been. We never expect to go to any festival. The first movie I think didn't go anywhere. The second movie went into the Venice Film Festival. The next one Cannes, and the next one Cannes, and now. So he's been growing as a film director a lot. People respect him a lot, but going back, it's still very hard to find producer to invest in something that is just an idea. And there's no script. It cannot be a script. It's gonna become fiction.
Can I just say, I saw the producer Paolo, and he seems like an incredibly can-do person. You must have part of the relationships you have to create must be with the production, and
Definitely.
he must be.
They had to believe on us, and that's it. And we are lucky now that we have Roberto, that he has a name.
Right,
and people we Google them and Roberto. But at the beginning was difficult. We had to find these people that just. We have a project, we need money to do it.
So Paolo has his ways
I know.
of getting money. He just has his ways.
Well, yes, they had to be. They had to be amazing producers to convince.
To sell.
Exactly, to sell it, to convince the investors.
This is actually for you. Sorry, at the beginning you were described as steel-spined firecracker.
Survivor.
Survivor.
They like the S's in that particular steel spine survivor,
Yeah.
and the other one is firecracker. Yeah.
And I just wondered what went through your head when you were described sort of kind of like a superhuman, and this is your life. So to be able to point to your experience and describe it with such, or have it described with such for us.
Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not really grasping everything. Like people like, oh, she a firecracker. Oh, she is. She's beautiful. She's strong. I guess I am me. I don't grab it like you all may see it. It's like I'm sitting with my friend, my partner, and we talking. We holding a conversation about what's happening around the hood, what's happening with my life. Talking to, you'll see in the movie, I'm talking to a couple of family members, few friends, and the way they describe me, it's beautiful, but I don't grab it like that. I'm glad to be able to talk with my partner while somebody recording. I'm happy about that. And the reviews, I swear I haven't read half of them. I didn't, but I like to hear. Somebody, oh, Judy, look at you. Judy, look at this. They said that. And I think it's beautiful, but I ain't got it yet. Maybe later I'll clap for myself one day. But not yet. Yeah, I don't get it like that yet. My family love it. My mom, she's in it. She's 88 years old. She's in the movie. Yeah. Yeah, so, but I love it though. I love people. Maybe before I leave, you see the movie, you'll be like, hey, Judy, thank you. Like everybody do. Yeah. I gotta laugh to keep from crying. The movie is very, very, yeah.
It's a very strong subject.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'm wondering, this is first, what do you hope the audience takes away from this?
Sorry?
What do you hope the audience takes away from this film? Like, it's certainly thesis, like, is my understanding of attacking social issues.
No, of course, it's very, the audience, I hope they start talking about this, because usually our subjects are the people that don't have a worth. We are talking about poor black people in New Orleans. We are very happy that we are doing this, and we can come to the festivals and open the eyes of everybody what is happening. What is happening in this case is extremely bad. And we are in the USA looking at terrorism in another countries, but we have an interior terrorism which is extremely bad. And nobody says anything about it. So, I mean, I wish everybody can see the movie and somehow, spread the word and we can do something good, by filming. So.
And Judy, you feel the same way?
Yeah, it needs to be out there, somebody, somewhere. You reach one person. In New Orleans, we call it tell a friend to tell a friend. And that's what this is mostly about, the movie. Somebody can tell one of these kids, or when they go see it, they can reach out to the 9th graders who won't see it, or the 8th grader, or the 7th grader, maybe reach your baby, and it has to connect, and that's my main thing. And I sat through that film, and it was intense. I didn't know how strong it was until I saw it in Venice. I forgot I even done that stuff. I did. I'm like, oh my God, no, I didn't. But I did. I forgot about everything. I'm like, oh. Yeah, so somebody, it's gonna reach a lot of people. I'm sure of it. Somebody gotta hear it. Somebody gotta, be able to, we gotta make this world work for us, We can't stay stuck on just me and you or him and hers. Everybody gotta connect. And we're gonna tell a friend and tell a friend. Yeah.
That's a good way to it. Oh, one more question, yeah?
So your life, how, were you always open to sharing, or was it something that was uncomfortable for you, and how was, the experience of, sharing something so personal?
Because I've been wanting to share it with somebody, but nobody don't listen. Everybody's so messed up around the neighborhood, they don't want to hear what you gotta say. So finally I met somebody I can talk, it was a simple little, these people came to my bar and we was just hanging out, and like I say, it was about me singing and stuff. But I met this girl, Billiana, and we would sit down and talk, and it just went from there, and I felt comfortable with it. But like I said, I've been wanting to talk about what I wanted to tell my mom, what I was going through and stuff, but nobody don't want to hear that. Because everybody's in the same boat. Nobody ain't got no time for your sorrow. I'm sorry too. You feel me? Yeah.
And I heard of Paolo, the producer, this morning, that don't tell anybody, secret, stays in the room, that there's a real likelihood that this movie will break well into the New York Film Festival, which is coming soon, and hopefully through that get a really good US distribution deal. So hopefully that will be a message that will be shared with everybody. But we're going to have to end it soon because they have to get back to their North American premiere. But I just got to ask you one question, maybe for you, Judy. You've been to many film festivals there in the last few days. You've been to Venice.
Yes.
You've been to Venice with Lady Gaga. You've been to Toronto in the pouring rain today.
Yes.
Which is the best? It's Toronto, isn't it?
Yes.
Isn't it by far?
Yes.
If you had to pick one of Venice or Toronto, you'd maybe pick Toronto.
I would.
Yeah, okay. But I'd just like to thank Judy for coming and sharing her energy and life with us today. And especially thanks to, well actually I'm going to thank my friend, our mutual friend Vincenzo, because I want to learn some life lessons for you. Vincenzo, you've all had 6 degrees of separation, right? Yeah. And because you're all film students, with Kevin Bacon, it's 5 degrees of separation because he's connected. Kevin Bacon, the actor, is connected to everybody. We have a friend, mutual friend, Vincenzo. I reckon it's about 2, 2 degrees of separation with Vincenzo to anybody else on the planet. And he does that. I was tempted to phone him up, but time's run out. He's the kind of person who will network. He gave me Alexis's number, no problem, no issues, just bang. Alexis is fine, because he knows how to network. He knows what it is to put one person, human being, in contact with another human being and know that it's gonna work. And I said, I'm scared shitless. And he said, Alexis, I only know him for 3 years, he's a great man. So, he knows people. network your ass off. Get that skill
Yeah.
if you want to be a filmmaker.
Yeah.
And the other thing I've got to say, we didn't get a chance to talk about the assistant director's role, but from what Alexis was saying, you have to do everything. And to do that, you have to be, I think, a certain kind of person who can do everything. And I just want to leave you with this second lesson. Pay it forward like Alexis does. There is no reason on earth that they should go from setting up their North American premiere to coming to a school in Etobicoke. But Alexis' reaction was, sure, all right? Pay it forward, do something. In your career, you don't have to be a bastard to work in the film industry.
No.
Living proof sitting right here. So I'd like to thank them on behalf of you
And
and
you would have gone
give them a
back.
similar cheer on Thursday. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I hope you get time to eat. We've got about 20 minutes left.